Everybody, it is your boy, Marcus Johnson. We are back. We got another brand that is working with us that we want you guys to support. So check this out. He's a Raiders fan, the owner as well. Panda Supplements. We got discount code 35% off. Discount code TDL for 35% off. Now, what is Panda Supplements? Panda Supplements, a lot of different flavor because everything is natural, right? So you're getting you get the proteins, you got the green drinks, you got the pre-workouts, whatever you want. We got that with Panda Supplements. So make sure you check this out. One of my favorite ones, the Sleepy supplement. This one helps me get some sleep because I don't sleep doing these films. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I do these all night. So I need some help getting to sleep. I hate my Panda Supplements. One of my other favorite ones right here is the greens, right? The green superfood. Get you some immune boosts, right? You know what I mean? Laser focused, digestive enzymes, you know what I'm saying? Help everything get better down here as well. So, it's a whole lot of things. We got some focus as well. So go ahead, check out the website. Like I said, Panda Supplements, discount code TDL for 35% off. Check it out. Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online. It's your favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. Had a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back, guys. You already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. All right? And also, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at @DMarkJohnNFL. For me, at BDWilliams18. You already know what to do there. And, of course, Panda Supplements, 35% off. Make sure you guys go there. And, we had some good sales last month. Let's keep that going, guys. If you guys support the channel, support Panda Supplements as well. 35% off. Check out all their products. And today, we got some good topics today, man. We got some good topics. We're doing some Ndamukong Suh. Right? Look at some rumors going there. So we're going to talk about that. And, some other things we got going here. But how you feeling, BD? We're back. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, man. I'm feeling all right. It was good to take a break from crunching the film. You know what I'm saying? I definitely needed that because this Ndamukong Suh breakdown was a breeze. I was mentally drained a little bit, ready? I think. And I went into the Ndamukong Suh breakdown like, man, here we go, grinding film again, and it was super easy. It was fun. So definitely needed that. And an aside, I usually make it a personal policy, that I don't break a player down until he's on the Raiders. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know what? This is fun, and it's Ndamukong Suh we're talking about. This isn't just any old player, right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's a lot of exciting potential with Ndamukong Suh, and it's probably not even, most of it doesn't even have to do with his play on the field. So I want to talk about the guy, the actual person too, not just his football stuff, which I'm going to do a breakdown of that as well. But Ndamukong Suh, I'd be excited about it. So breaking my personal policy, I will break down a player who's not signed by the Raiders. We'll do that. Man. How about you? How are you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Got some breakdowns going on the channel. Check out all my breakdowns there. Make sure you guys, join the membership as well. If you support the channel, I appreciate the people who do support the channel and join the memberships. Like I said, we do have the longer breakdowns on there, but that's just because we want to. Some people don't like the longer breakdowns. Some people do like the longer breakdowns, and the longer breakdowns take time. So that's why it's a lot of that. So, you know what I mean? We come in, we do these shorter breakdowns here. That's what we do on the show. We want to do those longer breakdowns and get those more in depth. Sometimes they do that. And that's industry standard too. You go to QB school, you're not getting his whole breakdown. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of the thing with that. But you go there, anybody sees it. You got some great breakdowns. Get every single rep for Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? You get every single rep for, Britton Brown. There's some Britton Brown on there. There's some Zamir White. There's all types of stuff that we got over there. So check those out. And, that's how we do over there. And also, we got some good different news here too as well we want to speak on. with Hunter Renfrow and all this other stuff that we got going on here. So we want to talk about some of that too, BD. Let's get into that. Well, let's start off with Hunter Renfrow being signed, re-signed, um, getting that big money contract around 16 million, 2 years, 32 million, basically an extension. Some people try to downplay. Oh, it's actually 11 million with his actual year of this. It's a 2 year, 16 million extension. That's what it is. And I think he's got 21 million guaranteed coming. So it is interesting. The signing is like a 3 year window. That's a big thing we're seeing around that right now is a 3 year window type of talk. So I do see that right now because there's Derek Carr 3 years, Devontae Adams you got 3 years, Darren Waller you probably got 3 years, and you got Hunter Renfrow set up for 3 years. So the offense is pretty much set. The offensive line is young. If they can hit any of those guys, they're really pretty set for a while without worrying about contracts. So there is a 3 year window here for they're expecting to win. So I think that's kind of exciting that they're signing a lot of these guys. But what are some of your thoughts, BD, real quick on that?
Yeah, I mean, they better. Inflation is crazy right now. These guys can't afford their fancy cars without, getting a little bump in the pay raise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people are like looking at these numbers. This is just an aside on just contract numbers in general. And I see a lot of fans going like, how did this guy get this much? How did this guy get this much? Like, you guys have to realize you're getting 20% more money now because of inflation. Like literally that's legitimately what's happening. So,
Yeah.
the economy is a little nuts. It makes it look a little crazy when players are getting signed an extra like $3 million than what the market was last year for a player. But that literally is inflation. So, Hunter Renfrow probably got a team friendly deal when it's all said and done. Some of these guys like Christian Kirk getting paid $20 million, up Hunter Renfrow $16 million. Is that what you said? 16? 1-6?
Yeah, 16. Yeah. 2 years, 32 extension.
Hunter Renfrow for 16 or Christian Kirk for 20. Which one do you like? What's a better value? You know what I'm saying?
Hunter Renfrow 16 is pretty damn good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take it. The market rate, honestly, at some point in the not near future, it's going to be like right around the corner. Every really just solid wide receiver is going to be paid $20 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think Hunter Renfrow deserved it. I thought he took a huge leap from year 2 to year 3. I thought year two, huge. Year 2, I thought he was just like going to be a solid slot, more like a Cole Beasley type of guy. Like, yeah, I mean, sure, is Cole Beaslly good? Yeah. Is Cole Beasley Cooper Kupp? No. Can Hunter Renfrow? He definitely showed that he could be. I'm not gonna say he's Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp 6'3". I'm not gonna say that. Cooper Kupp 6'3", right? And
yeah,
but he can be a top level slot receiver. He's not Cole Beasley. Basically, is what I'm saying. He's more Julian Edelman than he is Cole Beasley. Let's say that. Or he's more. I'm trying to think of some better ones. I mean, even like the Jarvis Landry. I mean, Jarvis Landry, I feel like is more where Hunter Renfrow is as a slot receiver. He's not gonna be key.
Right.
He's not
because like if you look at a guy like Cole Beasley, okay, does the offense move through Cole Beasley? No, he's a security blanket for his quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, Cooper Kupp, you're saying the offense moves through Cooper Kupp, right? He's featured, right? And I agree that Hunter Renfrow is closer to being a feature, like a guy who you could feature in an offense, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that was your only guy, you had like, a bunch of injuries, you got a no-name tight end, maybe like a young guy playing tight end, some young wide receivers. If that was your best guy, you could feature Hunter Renfrow. You know what I'm saying? Would that be a champion? Am I saying that that'd be a Super Bowl quality offense? I wouldn't go that far necessarily, but having him be a role player who can be featured, right? I think that's huge.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, last year when he got a chance to be featured, he did well, right? I mean, they started triple teaming him. I mean, by week 16, he was being surrounded. But they're like throwing Zay Jones and Deshaun Jackson, but he still was able to show that he could maybe suffice as a number one if some guys go down. You know what I mean? Like he can, like let's say Devontae Adams went down. You've had Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. You're not in a really bad territory. Let's say that because you can mix him around and use him like Cooper Kupp, where you can condense him where it's still in the slot, but he's the only guy over there. So it's a 3-by-1, but he's in the slot because he's condensed. So it still gives him that in and out, and you can do him like that. And they did a lot of that in in the red zone, because I think Greg Olsen used him more like Cooper Kupp with the Sean McVay type of style. Because when I watched Matthew Stafford for my quarterback breakdowns, I saw a lot of the same things. They would line him up 3-by-1. Like Cooper Kupp is still a slot receiver, but he's
got a
outside.
nasty split. We call that a nasty split.
Yeah, there you go. Nasty splits. There's the football term. There's the coaching term, guys. Nasty split.
It's not. He's not wide. He's not wide.
He's not wide.
Like 4 yards away from the tackle.
Exactly. Right. But you can like Hunter Renfrow scored a touchdown against the Chargers on that same from like the 12 in a nasty split. And he's the only guy out there. He got a one-on-one with Michael Davis and just ate him up. And that's what they used to do with Cooper Kupp too. And that's what you could do with him. So that's why you feel like he deserves $16 million, right? He's a upper echelon slot receiver that you can mix in outside too. Yeah.
Bargain. Honestly. It's a bargain. All right. Next thing up, you're saying that there's a battle for the next wide receivers. Obviously, I'm saying third wide receiver, but obviously it's the fourth pass catcher that we're talking about, right?
Yes, fourth pass catcher.
So there's a battle going on right now. I know that there has been some movement. There's been some guys that they signed. They got rid of Bryan Edwards. So what's happening here? Is this even really a factor position, Marcus? Go back through, think about it. Is the fourth pass catcher a guy who is he gonna get like 20 catches this year, or is he gonna get closer to 40?
40, probably around 40. I could see they probably want somebody who's effective on the other side, just to keep the defensive honest. They want defenses to be honest. Let's keep it real, right? So they're gonna try to keep somebody off guard. So they want somebody over there that's effective at least. That's why I want them to go get Emmanuel Sanders, because he's been in the system and he's a perfect 40 catch guy. Perfect 40 catch player. 35, come in there, get 40 catches. That's all you need from him, right? And that's all they need from that side. But what's interesting out of OTAs is Mac Hollins is getting in the first team reps. Right now it's Mac Hollins. He's in so going into training camp and before preseason games and before all those other things, right? Mac Hollins is the number one guy right now. So I found that interesting because I thought it might be more Keenan Cole, since he can run routes and Keenan Cole doesn't have a lot of drops. I still think Keenan Cole might end up.
Mac Hollins has a drop problem.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes, he does. 17% of his drops. He has 17% drop percentage on PFF. He got like 20 targets this year. So he has a little bit of a hands problem, but he's a blocker, right? He can block. He's physical, big dude. So they might be looking for somebody who can block as a fourth wide receiver too. The third wide receiver, because he's not going to get a lot of targets. He can probably play big in the red zone. I talked about it on the radio, him being more like an Andre Holmes type of player.
Yeah, that's a good comparison there. Yeah. Mac Hollins, Andre Holmes. Andre Holmes played gunner, didn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, so like a type of player
that's
like that.
That's a 1-for-1. That's like great comp right there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So like if you mix him in like that, I think you can work it out, because there's some times where he's playing with the Dolphins. He only had one game. I actually did a breakdown of it. He only had one game where he was getting targets, right? Because a bunch of guys were hurt. Like Devontae Parker was hurt. I think Waddle didn't play that much that game, so he was getting targets. And I mean, he did pretty good. I mean, he's not a great route runner, but physically, you can get him the ball. Okay? Yeah, definitely plays physical. Let's say that he can win.
So when you're saying he has drops, is he a concentration drop guy that makes like spectacular catches?
Yes.
Is he like one of those kind of guys?
Mm-hmm.
Where he'll have like the routine stuff is like maybe a little difficult, but he'll have like one play catch every 3 games that's just like psycho. Like, how is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Fourth wide receiver. We're not talking about number 1 or number 2 here.
I know, right?
I'll take that.
It's just like it's a guy in the red zone that just leap over somebody and just right. It's basically what it is. Makes another option for the back end of the red zone. So when you're spreading out and you get somebody in the back end who can just run the sideline, he's big target, very good flexibility. I mean, there's a lot of things athletically great about him that he could he's the type of guy who could jump up, catch the ball, get his feet down type of dude, right? So yeah,
we'll see. I mean, but Mac Hollins is a slam. He's making the roster. because of his work on special teams, he will make the roster. But yeah, like if he's that guy or if it's Keenan Cole, is there another name though in that mix
I mean,
that we
Demarcus
could?
Robinson is the other guy, but I have a problem with Demarcus Robinson because he come from a pass first offense and he didn't get targets. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, what's the problem here, Demarcus Robinson?
And I watched him on tape, and like he just never got targets.
Yeah,
And he's actually a pretty good route runner. He's not like it's like there's ability there. It's like something like, but why did they just make him block on a pass first team? So I have a lot of questions because like
interesting.
when he did get a chance, he didn't look that bad, right? So I would if I
Look,
were to choose
I've been
somebody
breaking
on this,
down Raiders versus Chiefs for like the last 5 years. Okay, Demarcus Robinson has made fools out of just name every single Raiders corner. Okay, like I remember one against Garyon Conley where he just killed Garyon Conley. Like Garyon Conley, get out of the NFL, you don't belong here, kind of play. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen him make good plays, but I know he's not a consistent guy, not even close.
yeah, because he has this play against the Redskins where like he wins, and he just doesn't finish it. I'm like, how do you not catch that ball? Like you won, great release and everything. Like he's a pretty good route runner and everything, bro. Like so it's weird to me that he didn't get targets. Like is he not practice with Mahomes? Like what if like him and Mahomes not like make a joke about his wife or something? Like I don't like what's there's something weird. You're on a pass first offense that's struggling, and Mahomes won't even look at you.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a trust thing happening.
That's
Definitely.
weird. So it might be
But we'll find
drops.
out. We'll find out because Derek Carr's not thrown to someone who doesn't stay after practice with him, apparently. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll find out. All right, so moving on to the next one. It sounds like Alex Leatherwood has lined up exclusively at right tackle so far, based off of reports that we're hearing. Is that accurate? Is that the same thing that you're hearing?
Yeah. So based on reports that we're hearing, I mean, he's been right tackle whole time. Actually, he's been switching in with Brendan Parker. So Brendan Parker is going to be getting a lot of first team reps too, which is interesting. Um, so I mean, they're not just giving the job to Alex Leatherwood. It's interesting too. Is Andre James has been the center. I'm going to bring this up. He's been the center the whole time, and Parham's been coming in at right guard. So I mean, right now the line looks like it's Miller, Simpson, James, Parham, and Leatherwood. Right now, that's probably the line. I don't know where Denzel Good mixes in there if he comes back
Is
healthy.
yeah, I was about to ask Denzel. Good. Okay, he's not healthy yet,
Not healthy
obviously.
yet.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Got you,
so
got
I
you.
mean he is behind. Let's keep it real. I mean, he's behind. He's behind in the system. He's behind learning everything and how they want to move everything. He has to come in training camp blazing because he's a little behind with all the other guys. And you know how I feel about the line. I really feel like if they go with that group, I think they'll be all right. To be honest,
Parham's too small to be a guard, man.
I know he is, but I think he's not going to be a great guard, but he'll be all right. He'll be fine.
All right.
I'm not excited about fine, but he'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like I'm not excited
Are
about like
there more perhaps 6'2" guards that are good that than maybe I'm able to think of off the top of my head, or is that like an
I
anomaly?
mean,
It feels like a 6'2" guard who's like really good is rare. Correct me
yeah,
if I'm wrong.
it
I mean,
is right.
the
Yeah,
guys that gave a problem to Ndamukong Suh on tape were like tall guards, like 6'6" guards. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
I mean, guards are getting bigger.
I
Guards are
mean,
getting bigger. Okay.
yes, but I mean, he has great technique though. BD, I mean, that's what I'm
That,
saying. That, will he be able to block Aaron Donald? No.
well, yeah, obviously, yeah. Is he
I
got
mean,
Chris
like
Jones?
no.
Yeah.
That's what I'm basically I'm getting at. Like the elite guys, Chris Jones is gonna probably push him. He's gonna win some reps just because he has great technique, but the quickness of Chris Jones inside the power, the play strength. Nah, he needs to be playing center. But then if you put, but that comes into dynamic. Where does Denzel Good come in? Where does Illuminor come in?
Right.
Do they bring in Daryl Williams? I didn't know Daryl Williams played guard until Vinny I still didn't verify that. He said he played guard, but I never even heard that before in my life. He might be right or wrong. I don't know. Verify that, BD. He said Darrell Williams played guard 800 snaps last year. But I was trying to remember watching on
On
tape. And I watched
the
the
Bills.
Bills. Yeah,
Yeah, he had to. I read about that.
he had to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But
But would you want him to come play guard though? If he had to play guard,
Darrell Williams.
the right tackle.
All right, I'm looking up a different player. I don't know.
From the Bills. Yeah. Go ahead and look that up while I say that. But he you know, it depends on what they think of good and what they think of Luminor. If they could work those two out, and I think they should play. I think they should play a Luminor guard, and it's just if you didn't like James, if you like James, why you draft Parham? Why don't you draft another guard, somebody that could play guard? You know what I mean? Or if they think Parham could play guard in the NFL, that's fine. I mean, or maybe I don't know where Mumford was coming in there. I never heard a word about them. I mean, we don't hear about the line because they're not in pads. So, but I mean, those are the two biggest things with OTAs anyways. You want to hear about the line, and they can't even block anyways yet. So,
right.
Did you find anything on Darrell Williams?
I'm not seeing a Darrell Williams even on the roster for the Raiders.
For the Bills, he's on the Raiders yet.
He's not on the Raiders. Yeah,
No,
it said that the Patriots signed him 7 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, the right tackle, Darrell Williams. Yeah.
Why didn't you even help me about that?
Darrell Williams. It says Patriots signed Darrell Williams 7 days ago.
Okay. But why do you even say that? Why did I talk about that on the radio if he was already signed? Anyways, that confuses me. Asking me the question about, because you know what, I did think he got signed. I'm like, did he get signed? But I didn't want to bring it up. I was live.
Yeah. Whatever.
Anyways, it is what it is. So Parham is the guard then, or Luminor. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting. We'll
see. We'll see what they do with this line, man. All right. Before we get into Sue, let's get into your boy Jonathan Abram playing a little too high. We haven't heard the people want to hear you talk about this, PD. They want to hear Nate Hobbs' safeties. Nate Hobbs' safeties. Where's the they're gonna go this line where we got Jonathan Abram. He's playing too high in practice.
Yeah. Okay,
what do you think?
Yeah, so I was leaning towards Jonathan Abram being the starting safety alongside Trayvon Merrick. But I was a little confused. I was thinking, is Abram a guy who can play it as much too high as he's going to need to be the starting safety? So they're definitely going to give him a shot. Like, you have to give that guy a shot at it. You have to. There's too much pride there. He's probably got enough pull in that defense in that secondary room. You're not going to just go bench the guy straight out, right? So you got to give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this will be a year-long tryout for him to see if he can continue to be like a starting safety in the NFL. But it's going to be this year to figure it out. And Deron Harmon, I guess, will be, contingency plan to back up both the young guys at the safety position. But then Hobbs, he's going to play on the second level, he's going to play there. I think that you'll see a little bit more, maybe Hobbs dropping deep, Merrick or Abram coming down. You'll see that every once in a while. But regardless, I don't care what position you call Nate Hobbs. You can call him linebacker. You can put LB next to him. Okay, he's going to play on the second level. Okay, it doesn't matter. Safety, corner, linebacker. We know where he's going to. We know where he's going to line up. I don't anticipate him lining up too much at the safety position, like on the third level of the defense. I don't anticipate seeing him actually line up back there, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's like some matchups they might mix it or up or something like that. So
yeah, they're gonna throw curveballs. They're gonna throw curveballs at him. I've seen a coverage that Graham runs a lot of. Or not that he runs a lot of it. He ran a lot of it against the Chiefs. It kept on popping up against the Chiefs, where the corner would pedal into the deep half, like the nickel would pedal into the deep half. Mm-hmm. And then the safety drops down and they play like a kind of like a variation of cover two like that. where instead of the safety dropping, it's the nickel who drops, and kind of trying to confuse the quarterback a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to call that playing safety, whatever, he's going to line up over the slot on first down.
Yeah.
On first down, he's going to line up over the slot. That's going to be their base. But they're going to have a true nickel. They're going to have a true nickel where the actual cover guy is going to come in. You know what I'm saying?
And be a nickel.
In dime or nickel or whatever it is. And so we'll see at that point, where does Hobbs line up? Does he stay in the box?
Now, I got a side question. I got a question for you, BD.
Yeah.
Is Meek Robinson have a spot on this team?
Yeah,
he kind of fits. He kind of. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of somebody that's kind of just out there, and he's fits the slot profile a little bit. I know Darnell Holmes, 5'10", 190, but
you're right. I mean, Meek Robinson is always going to be undersized, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be him who's going to be competing for it. The guy, what's his name, from Baltimore? I think he's definitely going to get a shot. Averett, yeah. Averett is definitely a more complete player, NFL player than Robertson. You know what I'm saying?
Better press coverage too.
They're all going to get a shot at it. You know what I'm saying? I think really, the more film I watched of Averett, I think it's going to be him and Mullen competing. Who's going to start? On the outside there. Mm-hmm. But Averett can play on the inside, and Mullen can't. So Mullen's not a nickel. He's never going to line up there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, man. So I guess enough of everything else. Let's get into some Ndamukong Suh, Mr. Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champ, yeah. Ndamukong Suh.
Stepping on people's hands and stuff.
We'll talk about some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's a Raider attitude. But go ahead.
Right. He's got that Raider attitude. So first things first, let's talk about his run defense. Okay. This is Ndamukong Suh. He's playing 3 technique outside shade of the guard here. Okay, let's watch this rep. All right. We're going to get a zone scheme. Okay, you see all of the offensive line plus the tight end. They're all stepping to the left. And Ndamukong Suh, remember, he's on the outside shade of the guard. Watch what happens immediately. He doesn't react to that outside step. He doesn't react to the zone step. Gets reached, okay? And he sees the ball carrier getting that toss, and he goes, oh, I got reached. I really need to get back over here, right? He's like, I need to get back over to the outside shade of the guard. And he spends so much time getting over there, he's having a hard time bringing his weight down, just gets completely moved, right? And I'm not going to show you this if this isn't something that happens a lot with Ndamukong Suh, okay? As far as being a run player, we saw him take him for a ride right there. Here's another one, okay? Having a hard time detaching, just misses, okay? Completely misses the running back. Here's another one right here, okay? Going up against the guard. I think is that Scherf? I mean, this is a beast of a guard, but he got completely handled, right? One-on-one, base block. It's who wants it more, who's going to push who around, right? And we see Ndamukong Suh. Is that necessarily a strength of his? Okay, probably not. Here we go, 3 technique, outside shade of the guard here. Okay, again, we're going to get, now this time it's a pull. I think he's late reacting, kind of gives himself up a little bit, sealed in the hole. So he's not the most impactful run player. Here's an example of Ndamukong Suh just being Ndamukong Suh. Okay, he can split a double team if he wants to. He can make a tackle in the hole. Here's another one, lining up, nose tackle. On the goal line, he wants it more than everyone else. He gets in on a tackle. He's Ndamukong Suh, for Christ's sakes, okay? Like, yes, he's a beast. I'm not saying he's bad, okay? But there's, for, all of those plays, there's probably like 3 of these. 3 or 4 of these plays where he just doesn't make an impact at all against the run. So keep that in mind. Now, as far as why I would be excited about Ndamukong Suh from a playing standpoint, it has to come down to the pass rush. Okay, here he is. This is a run look, and the defense is in a run defense. Okay, we're going to get a zone block He's going backdoor here and immediately realizes, oh, I'm rushing the passer. And you see him convert that run defense into a pass rush, okay, and really blows this play up, ends up as an incompletion. Let's look at Ndamukong Suh, what he does to guards, okay? Here's an example. We're going to go ahead and work that long arm, okay? You see the leverage that he has, okay? With the arm in the chest, we have the pad level low. Look how high everyone else's pad level is here. He's got to maintain that low pad level, and he's going to be able to walk that guard right back into the quarterback's lap. Okay, this is a terrible play for a quarterback. You're going to break your hand on top of that helmet right there. You know what I'm saying? So and of course, incomplete pass. The quarterback can't step up into the pocket. Did we get a counting stat here? No, we made an impact though. Because really, when Ndamukong Suh, what he's best at is rushing the passer. Okay, here's another one. Outside shade of the guard. Again, 3 technique. Okay, look at him. Club over. He's completely by the guy, right? If this center doesn't come help out, this is a quick win. That might be a sack. Here's an example. When the center doesn't come help, bam, we're in the quarterback's face immediately, right? So this is how Ndamukong Suh is going to win. Okay, this is how he's going to contribute if he's on the Raiders. Okay, I should say if, right? Obviously, he's not signed yet. We got the bookends. We got the edge rush. We know that. Okay, you got a guy who can win like this quickly on the outside. Okay, the quarterback's going to have nowhere to go, or on the inside, the quarterback's going to have nowhere to go. Here's another one. We're going to go ahead again. It's a run look. The quarterback's under center. We're getting this play action. Okay, what is he going to do? He's going to realize, oh, ball fake. Let me fake inside. Let me torque. Look at this. This is all upper body strength, just insane upper body strength. Okay, get the quarterback off his spot, rush the passer, convert the run defense into a pass rush. We're doing a lot of little things good here. Here's another one. Okay, we're gonna go. Look, he's and this is Ndamukong Suh. He can rush the passer. Like, first move doesn't work. Okay, go for the second move. Second move doesn't work. Okay, go for the third move. Right? Like, he's never gonna stop fighting to detach. We're going to keep on seeing him rush the passer throughout the down. He's got a lot of moves. Here's another one here where we're going to go ahead and get into that long arm ghost. Long arm. He's going, oh, I'm going to ghost him. Ghost doesn't work. Goes to the home move. Okay, like that is a high quality rep here. Okay, there's 3 moves and it ends in a sack. And you're also just throwing a 300-pound guard around.
Throw the ball, Matt. Sorry, I was just
right. Yeah, that was a really bad sack. Really bad sack. This is another really bad sack too.
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
And this is last example here. This is something I wanted to show you. I thought it was really cool. So he's stunting right here. We're gonna run a twist with him and 50 here, who's Vita Vea, and he's gonna go first. And then Vita Vea is going to be the looper. Okay? Watch what 93 does. He holds on to the center just a little bit, and it's such a savvy because he spins out of it. Like, I'm trying to spin here, ref. I'm not holding on to the center. Right? Look at this. Savvy move. Spin out of it. The center is held up. He can't get to Vita Vea, who clobbers that quarterback. Oh, my God. Matt Ryan, is he okay?
That's basically Matt Ryan's whole tape is him getting clobbered. He's excited to be an Indy. He's excited to be an Indy.
Yeah. Okay. So, but anyways, Ndamukong Suh, he's never been a good pass rush. Never been a great run defender. Right. Yeah. Like from the moment he came into the NFL, I would say maybe starting over 5 years ago, he was solid at stopping the run. The film that I saw from this last year, not good stopping the run. He's not a run stopper. And look, who cares? Run stoppers are easy to find. You go pay these guys the veteran minimum, okay? You can find a run stopper literally at a factory right now. Find him. You know what I'm saying? Go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You can find
Neil Farrell.
Right.
Neil Farrell.
We have run stoppers. Pass rushers, that's the premium. Okay, that's the tough stuff. Okay, we saw the technique. It's not just coming down to, oh, I'm out-athleting you. No, pass rushers are it's a skilled craft, okay, to get there, to consistently make pressure. We saw a lot of moves, man. How many moves did you see in there? Okay, we saw long
swim
arms, we saw
moves,
clubs, swims, rips,
humps.
hump move. Yeah, man. So
Woo.
he's got the repertoire. Okay, I think that he would immediately, obviously, be a big boost to the interior pass rush. Coming to a team that has some young players on the defensive line, where he doesn't need to play 75% of the snaps. He
Mm-hmm.
can come down closer to 50% of the snaps, and I think we'd see a really, what's it called, really productive, really impactful Ndamukong Suh at this point in his career. Definitely lean towards passing situations, for
Yeah.
him.
Uh-huh.
Not saying that Ndamukong Suh can't stop the run. He's Ndamukong Suh. He can do whatever he wants out there, right? But it's clearly like not what he hangs his hat on. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, Raider Nation. If there's like if Ndamukong Suh's on the team and go up against a run heavy, squad, maybe Ndamukong Suh doesn't play as much as you might think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I think the pass rush, I was still surprised to see some of great explosiveness and burst out of his stance, despite being a guy who's played over 10 years in the NFL at this point. Like, what is he eating? This guy must really keep incredible shape, keep great shape, care of his body, because I'm seeing a guy who's moving a lot quicker than some younger guys, right? So I was
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised to see that. Obviously, all the pass rush repertoire is there. Anything that you wanted to comment on about Ndamukong Suh before we talk about Ndamukong Suh the person?
Yeah, I mean that was a interesting tape. I mean, because with the AFC West, there's not a lot of running, anyways. I mean, besides
Right.
the Broncos, I mean,
That's
let's surprise other
exactly what I was
teams,
thinking. Yeah.
right? But you still have
Mhm.
4 other games against pass first teams. I mean, the Chargers. I mean, they drafted Isaiah Spiller, but let's keep it real. I mean, Austin Eckler is a scat back, and he's a starting running back. They
Yeah.
they come to
Yeah.
pass. You know what I mean? It's the
Oh,
same
yeah. I
with the
mean,
Chiefs.
and even the Broncos. It's not like the Broncos are the Ravens
Yeah.
or the Titans or the Colts or something like that. Like they're a
Hmm.
wannabe version of that. So who cares? You don't need a
Yeah.
great run stopper to beat that team.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
the Broncos had like Derrick Henry or John, or something like that, okay, it'd be
Hmm.
like, yeah, maybe you got to focus on a guy who can really stop. But that's not even a question. I completely agree with you. You got to rush the passer in this division, 100%. Yeah, and to all your points, Austin Eckler, he's not going to ground and pound you for 250
Hmm.
yards,
Yeah.
and rip your heart out as a defense. So yeah, you need the pass rushers. And
Yeah.
regardless, I don't even care about the other team. Chiefs. That's all it is. Okay, like you got to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So you gotta get after the passer.
And 3 technique is a need. So
It's a
I
need.
don't know.
I
Okay,
agree.
I don't. And I think he wants to come here just because Chandler Jones and all those guys and Max Crosby, the players want to come play with Max now. So I think he wants to come here, and I think that they just got to get that done, man. Because the 3 technique is just. Let's. I'll just say this before you get into him, the person. I've been watching a lot of quarterbacks that got about 13 done. Okay, I still got 19 left. I'm like, oh, god damn, I'm probably not gonna be done by July. Any ALPA fans listening, probably not getting this to like July 29th. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, but I have got through a lot of the quarterbacks, and I've watched a lot of games. Okay, and I want to tell you the main thing that I'm learning right now is that if you don't have a defensive line, you are not having a top 5 defense. That
Yep.
is the main thing. The Packers, they got Kenny Clark, Gary. Then they got Preston Smith, and I think they picked up Devontae Wyatt, and I forgot who else. They got some other guys that they got there. So that line is crazy. You got the Titans. They got Simmons. They got Autry. They got Dupree. They got Landry. Boom, like top 5 defense. You got the Commanders. They got Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Payne, Sweat. Boom. They always find a way to
Yeah.
finish 8-8 with no quarterback. And then the Niners, all the best defenses in the NFL have great defensive lines. I don't even know who's a corner on the Niners. It doesn't matter because Joey Bosa and all those boys. It doesn't matter. I was watching Dak Prescott. He was running for his life. It didn't matter. They got Aubrey Wilson over
Right.
there.
Yeah.
If he's running for his life and he's like he's on, it don't matter.
Right.
And that's kind of how I think Patrick Graham's very forward thinking. I think that's why we're not seeing this huge secondary push because he's like, if I get the defensive line straight, we're gonna be good. But I just don't think you should roll out with Bilal Nichols. This is my opinion. I don't know. He's the coach, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't feel comfortable rolling out there with Bilal Nichols. You know what I mean? Like, when I see when I'm watching Jeffrey Simmons and Ndamukong Suh line up together, you know, and I look at the Raiders, I'm like, man, we need to beef up inside, and that's why I want Suh. They got to beef up inside, bro. I mean, maybe Matthew Butler and Farrell is like the future of it, and that's fine. But like right now, they got to beef up the defensive line, you know, because it's literally a theme. Every time a quarterback has a bad game, he's facing one of the best defensive lines in the league, and they're just terrorizing him through stunts and his because the offensive linemen are not as good across the board anymore. But I'm telling you, these defensive tackles. I'm watching the Titans, man. I'm terrified of Week 3. I don't even know. I'm terrified for Carr. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, Carr should be honestly. Okay, I shouldn't say that because everyone would be upset. No, I mean Simmons. That guy Simmons.
Yeah, they better come play some D that game. That's all I'm gonna say. We need. Let's give you a game. That game's 13-10.
Simmons looks like. Okay, Simmons looks like if you had little brothers and you wanted to go play, you know, football against them in the backyard or something like that. That's what Simmons looks like. That's one of the most ridiculous guys. I probably have said this on the channel, so I'll shut up now. But Simmons, yeah, I agree. But 3 technique, a guy who can get pressure. I think you see a lot of teams who have the pass rush at the edge. Okay, they run around the back of the quarterback. Quarterback steps up. Who cares? Tom Brady can neutralize an edge player just with his footwork and his pocket movement. He can neutralize edge players. But you can't neutralize those interior pass rushers just by sidestepping and trying to be cool in the pocket, right? It makes things get a lot hairier for you as a quarterback. So, yes, pass rush, we saw it. You know, that was like 4 games worth of pass rush, and Ndamukong Suh is legit. He's going to make an impact for whatever team he's playing for.
Yeah, 100%.
But, okay, let's go back to Ndamukong Suh, okay? Now, when Ndamukong Suh first came out in the NFL, didn't he stomped on someone, didn't he? Like, twisted people's legs. Okay, he got into some trouble. Some trouble, right? For on-field. No on-field, off-field stuff. It was like all on-field. And I think that a lot of people started thinking, okay, this guy Ndamukong Suh, he's a hothead, right? Like, he's an immature guy or something like that, okay? But, so, like, what Ndamukong Suh is able to, like, he's been able to kind of flip this public perception about himself in terms of like the things that he's doing with financial advice, and like he's like writes blogs, and he like does all this stuff with like financial literacy and trying to promote financial literacy amongst other athletes and you know, in disadvantaged communities. So he's made a huge flip as far as like his maturity level, right? He's and so I think you look at what happened with Ruggs. You look at even what happened with Nate Hobbs. You look at how they had to cut Garen Conley because he was messing up, right? You had some of these younger players have, you know, kind of spiral out of control last year at various levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Having a guy come in who has been close to spiraling out of control in terms of at least on the field. I don't know if he ever partied or anything like that in Ndamukong Suh. But you have a guy who kind of came back from all of that, put together a decade's worth NFL career, and is being extremely like savvy, mature, like the financial moves that he's making, everything like that. You need that on a team. You need veterans who do that stuff. The cachet that Ndamukong Suh has, that's going to mean a lot to a young player. And Ndamukong Suh is telling you, hey, don't go on partying. You know, you got to save your money and do this and do that, right? That's gonna have a much bigger effect. We're talking about Ndamukong Suh, household name, being a great locker room presence, great locker room guy. So like, screw all the work or all the play stuff, all on the on-field stuff. Okay, just him coming in and hopefully like getting these guys to stop getting in trouble off the field or being part of that, right? That would be worth it. And I think he's definitely a guy who could do that, who could kind of be that kind of presence in the locker room, you know. So that's why I would be excited another reason why I'd be excited about Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, me too. The same reason, just veteran presence and helping these young guys and helping these young defense tackles. Because even if don't go to the finance, I mean, we got Matthew Butler in the building. You know what I mean? You got Farrell in the building. There's a lot of those young guys that they can learn from him and maybe even looked up to him at some point from playing defense tackle.
They definitely did.
Yeah. So that's always a dynamic, and a lot of fans always get mad at me when I say that, like, oh, don't give me that life crap. But I mean, that's real stuff, man. With NFL locker rooms, it's different than a lot of other different sport locker rooms. I mean, that camaraderie is important if you play football. You know how that camaraderie. You gotta like each other too. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Think about this. How many people are on an MLB team? 18,
25. Yeah, 25.
Basketball team, it's 11.
12.
Right, 12 guys on an NBA team. It's a lot easier for an organization to keep tabs on these guys. When you got 53 guys rostered plus another 10 guys who are like constantly in flux. You might have rostered over 100 guys by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You can't possibly try to keep all that together. So it does come down to leadership inside the locker room from players, way more important in the NFL than any other sport.
That's true.
100%.
Because you can't have the Kobe and Shaq dynamic and win in football, basically.
No.
That ain't gonna.
No.
Not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. All right, BD, any last thoughts on anything else, man? Should we get out of here?
Is there anything else? It's pretty quiet, I feel like.
We're
been hush-hush. Yeah.
We're dead period. Right. Unless you want to get into is Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers. Unless you would.
I don't. Thanks.
Unless you're gonna get into that, man.
Honestly, okay, I'll get into it.
Okay.
We saw Aaron Rodgers this last year.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw him. I mean, how many ducks was he throwing at Devontae Adams' feet? Devontae Adams saying that it's similar between Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers is an insult to Derek Carr at this point. Okay, like.
That's messed up. He's talking about their prize, bro.
I know. I'm just trying to start crap.
I
was waiting for your reaction. To that.
Yeah, I mean, because I was feeling you though, because I did watch Aaron Rodgers tape, but I could tell that he's not he can't do his tricks anymore. Basically, right. I was telling Chris, he actually has to he can't just flick his wrist with his perfect mechanics and throw a bullet 50 yards anymore. He has to actually he has to actually have the normal
step
mechanics.
Into it. Yeah,
he can't have his freakish, perfectly torqued. his perfect hip torque mechanics.
He must have like an extra tendon somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that he just pulls his hips and then it goes. Yeah. It's very rare. I agree. So the arm talent, obviously in his prime, not many quarterbacks, if any, are really touching that. You know what I'm saying? So, he's definitely not in his prime anymore.
I will say this, and I kind of talked about it on my Devontae Adams breakdown. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a safe quarterback, though. I wish people would sit back and we admit that him not throwing a lot of interceptions is because he plays it safe. That's all I want people to admit with Aaron Rodgers. It's okay. There's a reason why it's not normal to throw 4 interceptions in a season.
Right.
If you throw 4 interceptions in a season,
that's intentional.
It looks cool. You're like, oh my god, he threw 4, but there's a reason why he threw 4. He ain't testing windows, bro, and it comes to bite him in the butt in the playoffs.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's not in his prime. Okay, yeah. He's this going off all these podcast tangents, and who knows how that affected his relationship.
His third eye is open, man. He's
okay.
He had an ayahuasca trip.
Yeah. So he's not in his prime anymore. He's doing some weird stuff. Okay. He's in a relationship with a witch right now or something like that, So there's multiple reasons why Devontae wanted to get out of there. Okay, look it up. I just seen it.
I know what you're talking about. I tell you, man, you go do some ayahuasca, bro. You come back, just
right.
Just you saw some things and you were ready. Your karma that he dealt with his ayahuasca, man. He's not our stuff. All right, BD. I think we're out of here.
Yeah, that's it.
I left it out there. I gave us some bar stars. Shout out. I just want to say he still has the best playoff rating of all time. Still to this day, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But subscribe to the channel for that. Make sure you guys do that. Follow us on Twitter. You guys will see that at the Mark John NFL, at BD Williams 18, Panda Supplements, discount code TDL for 35% off. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check all that stuff out. Any last words, BD?
That's it, man. Raider Nation, holla at you.
Peace.